I'm Emily Merlino, and I'm the Stewardship Coordinator for North County Land Trust.
A major part of our work as a land trust is to care for the properties and conservation restrictions in our care in perpetuity. This promise that we make is forever.
We feel a responsibility to make sure that we manage our properties in the most ecologically sound way. We want there to be native habitat and space for pollinators and native insects and plants and animals to thrive. And by managing the property, we make sure that we have space for that and that the ecosystem can have diversity and work in the best way possible.
From our trail systems to our forests and streams, we strive to steward the land in our care for our wild and human constituents.
We want to steward the land to make sure that it is healthy and here for us to enjoy into the future. And we do that by making sure we pay attention to what's going on the land, that we maintain our trails, and we welcome people to enjoy them and understand them better.
Our 68-acre Dwelly Farm property in Templeton was given to North County Land Trust through the will of David Dwelly in 2010. He spent his days as a boy exploring the old dairy farm fields and woods, land that had been in the family since 1912.
So the ultimate vision for the property is to create a space where people can practice passive recreation, so hiking, biking, horse riding, and enjoy this space, value nature and the environment, and also for us to be able to use creating a native habitat as a teaching space so we can teach the public why it's important to have native plants and wildlife, why it's important to remove invasives that crowd out those native plants, and encourage others to plant native plants on their property to create more native habitat and ecosystems in the area.
North County Land Trust consulted with Broad Arrow Forestry, the Natural Resources and Conservation Service, and Mass Wildlife to develop a sound management plan for Dwelly Farm Conservation Area.
We have hemlock forest, pollinator meadow, we have a bog wetland area, and all of these will have native plants, and we will continue to foster having more native habitat in all of those areas on the property. So we already have a network of trails here that people can use to hike and bike and ride horses. And we have some really beautiful bridges, one for the tractor to cross so we can mow our already existing fields. We have also already removed glossy buckthorn in partnership with Land Stewardship Inc., who's doing glossy buckthorn and Japanese knotweed removal, which are the invasives on the property. And we have also already cleared a pine grove which had grown up through a previously used dairy grazing field. So we chose to clear the pine from that area of the property to bring back a field where it used to be, as the property historically had a field there. It's also pretty close to the road, so we have visibility so people can actually see the native pollinators as they grow and bloom throughout the year, and we just think it will be a great area to showcase native plants on the property. So we want to engage the public in working with us on this property. We have already in the past engaged Narragansett high school students to build the Warrior Trail on the property. We've also engaged groups of volunteers through Day of Caring, and they helped us clear a lot of the invasives out of the woods, which we will use to line some of the trails with wood chips. And we want to continue engaging volunteers because over time we will need volunteer help to continue removing glossy buckthorn seedlings that will sprout up from the seed bank. And we'll also need help making sure that our pollinator meadow will establish, continue planting these native plants on the property. And we'll also need trail monitors to continue walking the trails, making sure they're clear and safe for people to use. And we are always welcoming new helping hands.